Schrock Innovations presents the Midwest #1 independent computer repair company with service centers in Lincoln, Omaha, Papillion, and across the country via the Schrock desk. This is Compute This.
All righty, folks, good morning and welcome into Compute This. My name is Thor Schrock. I'm the owner of the Schrock Innovations Computer Company with service centers in Lincoln, Omaha, and Papillion, where we can fix your computers, those tablets up and running for you, recover data off your crashed hard drives, build your business a website. If it has something to do with the computer, chances are at Schrock Innovations, we can handle it. 866-496-8772. That's the number to join us on the program today. We have a ton to get through, but we do have time for your calls. As we do every show, we have a $25 Schrock Innovations gift certificate, good for anything your heart desires over at the service center. All you have to do is call in and be a part of the show. Compute This is aired live from 7 to 8 a.m. Sunday mornings every week. It's heard on various stations throughout the country. One of the things we were made aware of last week was WHO listeners in Des Moines. Apparently there are some basketball games that are going to interrupt some of our broadcasts in the coming season. The first one of those is actually happening today, which means people in Des Moines won't hear the show from last week, which is good. They'll be able to hear the show next week. And the reason for that it's good, is because this show is different than any other show that we do all year long. This show brings you the fabled predictions of the seer Thorstradamus, where he makes predictions for technology. They're specific to technology. So if you're looking for like World War III predictions or, Putin predictions or Trump impeachment predictions, he doesn't mess with that stuff. This is purely tech. He's a tech kind of seer. He gazes into the deep blue light of the LED screen, his crystal screen, and basically figures out what's going to happen. And the thing that makes Thorstradamus's predictions interesting is he's 100% accurate. Every year, he gives me, I don't have a ton of time. He makes a lot of predictions. I have time for 4 or 5. So give me 4 or 5 predictions every year he does. And basically we air those predictions. We interpret them a little bit because, like any seer, he can't just speak in straight language. That's just kind of how it rolls. And then basically we talk about the predictions. But then the thing is, every year we follow up. We go back into the news of the previous year and we look at the predictions. So I have Thorstradamus's predictions that he made in January of 2018 that we brought to you here on the program. Let me read these to you real quick. We're going to go through them on the program today. All right, these were predictions for 2018. Prediction 1 had to do with cryptocurrency. He said, cryptocurrencies will crash. Prediction 2, Amazon's going to expand into new markets. Prediction 3, digital assistants will pop up in all kinds of devices. Prediction 4, several shocking advances will be made in military and domestic robotic capabilities. There are some shocking ones I'm going to bring you today. Shocking, like cover the kids' ears, shocking. Prediction 5, the tablet market will get weak. So these are the predictions he made for 2018. So we're going to go through those one by one and basically look up the news stories that you can look at online too and just determine if Thorstradamus's predictions were accurate. I want to welcome everyone who is listening this morning on Facebook at facebook.com/Schrock Innovations. If you do find yourself in WHO country in the basketball blackout, please don't call the program director and tell him how upset you are that you can't hear Compute This and you have to listen to basketball instead. The program director is a good guy over there. Or gal, I don't know who they are. It's a good person. I'm sure they're a good person. I have no idea. They could be a terrible person. I don't know. But the program director has no control. You see, they sign up just like here in Nebraska. When you have a radio station that signs on to carry Husker football, they have to carry Husker baseball, Husker basketball, Husker volleyball, Husker, wrestling. I don't know. They got to carry them all. They can't just cherry pick the sports that people really want to listen to on the radio. So they have to air all the ones that people don't necessarily really want to listen to on the radio. Or not as many people, I should say. The bottom line is you can pick up the show on Facebook, facebook.com/Schrock Innovations. Also, if you want to independently verify my work, you can go back on the website to the January 7th, 2018 show and listen to the predictions of Thorstradamus in January of 2018. They are there. I'm going to recap them for you, but if you want the original audio to check my work, it is there and available. Also, if you want to, on our website, you can go to SchrockInnovations.com if you miss a show. Maybe some people really don't like to use Facebook given all the stuff that's been going on, and I totally get that. I don't post a lot to Facebook, but I do read stuff on Facebook that comes through. I spend, a few minutes a day on my feed, just making sure I'm up to date on everything that's going on with the family. My neighborhood association uses Facebook to communicate with the neighborhood. So it's always good to kind of poke your head in there and look around. But I don't comment terribly a lot, and I don't post a whole lot. But I do watch live things. In fact, if you're an audiobook fan, R.C. Bray has been known to do live. R.C. Bray is the he's a huge sci-fi audiobook reader. Basically, he reads books for a living in the radio, and he is incredibly talented. All of the top sci-fi authors want R.C. Bray to read their radio book because he's that good and he's that fabled. He struck it big when he read The Martian. The audio, if you saw the movie The Martian, the audiobook is immensely better than the movie. I'm sure the book is good too, but who has time to read? 866-496-8772. So let's jump into these predictions today. Prediction 1. Cryptocurrencies will, this is the actual prediction translated into Thor words. Cryptocurrencies will crash, rebound, and become generally accepted. Now, there's 3 predictions there. So first of all, a crash. I think undoubtedly when you drop from $20,000 per Bitcoin down to, oh gosh, what is it right now? Let me take a look. Well, it got as low as $3,000. And now we actually are in the midst of a year-end rebound, a Santa rally, if you will, up to $3,700, which when you think about it in percentage terms, everybody freaks out when the Dow loses 1%. Well, gee whiz, if you're up, let's just keep the numbers round. If you're at 3,000 and you go up 1,000 in Bitcoin, that is definitely considered a rebound percentage-wise. So it's not a rebound in the sense of it didn't get back up to $20,000 or whatever. But as far as the thing that was more interesting was become generally accepted. Because what I find in my day-to-day interactions is most people still have absolutely no idea what a Bitcoin is, how to get one, where to spend one, or what a wallet is, or what a blockchain is, or, my son's got these blocks he sucks on that link together. Is that a blockchain? I have no idea. So is it generally accepted? I will say that in the research that I did in the news stories, it depends how you define generally accepted. Generally accepted meaning that there are now futures markets for Bitcoin, that you can trade Bitcoin in an actual legitimate CME board of exchange. So it's financially been generally accepted. They haven't released yet this year. They were supposed to, but they got delayed. But basically Bitcoin ETFs are coming, where you'll be able to have electronic transfer funds that are primarily made of Bitcoins. In fact, many large banks have passed certification to actually hold. They have to hold the Bitcoin to have to trade the paper. So somebody has to hold the Bitcoin somewhere. So these banks have become custodial. They've become certified custodians to hold Bitcoin, which any 12-year-old kid could do. So I don't know what's involved in becoming a certified custodian, but basically they can hold the Bitcoin in their under the. Do they take the wallet and put it on a flash drive and put it in the vault? I mean, there's not. It's so 20th century, but then they can trade the paper. So from a financial perspective, Bitcoin has become generally accepted as an asset class. In fact, right now, it is correlating with the price of gold almost directly. So that's led some people to call it the digital gold, a store of value as opposed to a speculative asset like a commodity. So it's an interesting thing. I think, given that he said crypto was going to crash when crypto was at an all-time high and everybody was jumping in and it was Bitcoin on fire, given that he said it was going to crash, I give him a win on this one because he was the only person that I heard that was predicting a crash, not a Bitcoin recession, not a Bitcoin dip, but a Bitcoin crash. All right, so there you go. Now you can see how we're going to do the show today. We're going to do a prediction. We're going to discuss the prediction, and I can tell you the news stories that are backing that prediction. All you have to do is do a Google search for Bitcoin, Bitcoin trading, or Bitcoin CME, and you'll see all these articles about how you can trade futures and everything else now. And it was, like I said, supposed to be released in 2018, but it was delayed for actual ETF trading that'll be coming out in the first quarter of 2019. So pretty crazy stuff there. By the way, if you were a holder of NVIDIA stock, you got absolutely destroyed. If you would have listened to Thorstradamus' prediction, you would have realized that the things that people mine these coins with is graphics cards. not just Bitcoin, but all the other altcoins are mined with graphics cards. And NVIDIA was living high on the hog because they sell graphics cards. They sell graphics cards to gamers. And they actually said, hey, even if the crypto market crashes, NVIDIA said, even if Thorstradamus is right, it won't hurt our business because our cards are so popular with gamers that we'll be fine. That turned out not to be the case. NVIDIA lost over 50% of its stock value in 2018 and now is being sued by investors for misrepresenting the financial position in the event of a crypto market crash. So pretty crazy stuff there. So if they would have just listened to Thorstradamus, they could have saved a lot of money in that 401k. 866-496-8772. You can also email the program. The email address is Thor, Thor, at SchrockInnovations.com, and that's spelled SCHROCK Innovations.com. All right, so we are winding down the 2018 holiday special. The display models have been pulled down in the service center. I believe we have 1 to none left in the online store. We're basically down to our oblique models. The oblique models are the extra one of each that we put on order with our suppliers just in case something wacky happens. We have parts that are bad. We have something that arrives that's defective. We forget to put somebody in the system when they buy one, and 2 months later they call us and like, yeah, I ordered a holiday special. When am I going to get that? It doesn't happen very often, but it does happen. It has happened before, so we've learned to plan for that. So now we're down to the oblique models. We've double-checked all our work, dotted the I's and crossed the T's, checked our list twice like Santa, and everything is okay. So we can release these oblique models now for sale. So they are up on the website. If there's any left, you can check them out there, SchrockInnovations.com. You can also purchase in the service center. We're open Saturday from 10 to 8 and Sunday from noon to 5. If you don't know what the holiday special is, you can read all about it on our website, SchrockInnovations.com. Simply put, it's one of the most advanced computer systems that you can purchase and we sell it at cost. So we don't mark it up. We don't, it's at cost. If you price it out at Dell, it's a $3,000 computer. And we sell it for $1,500. So it's pretty impressive stuff. But you can check that out, SchrockInnovations.com. The thing that surprised me this holiday season, we always sell a lot of holiday specials through the holiday season. That might be why we call them the incredibly imaginative name Holiday Special. However, the thing that surprised me the most is the number of other computers that we sold. Because a lot of times people go for the holiday special and they do that instead of picking a regular laptop or a regular desktop. They go with the holiday special because it's so much of a better value. But we sold a lot of Intrepids, a lot of Endeavors went out of the shop this year. Just desktop, laptop, pretty much a 50-50 split, which was kind of surprising because desktop has been sliding over the past few years. But we've been noticing the prices of some of the things as we've burnt through. You're going to hear about a lot of this in the coming weeks if you're a financial news analyst, listener person. Businesses have burnt through the inventory they ordered before the tariffs. As you might remember, there was a huge bump in the gross domestic product because everybody spent all kinds of money on inventory because they wanted to avoid the tariffs. So they pre-bought all the inventory. So much inventory was pre-bought that there were not enough, as they call them, they're calling them mobile warehouses. We in Nebraska will call them trailers. There are not enough trailers or mobile warehouses available to actually house all the inventory. It's actually caused the price of warehouses across the United States to go up almost $1 per square foot because they're in such high demand. Now a lot of that inventory has been sold through. And we're seeing this in the computer market. We were surprised when the tariffs went into place. We expected to see a 10% hike across the board in prices, but it didn't happen right away. Now we're starting to see it. We're seeing a price increase actually on solid state hard drives. So if you purchased your solid state upgrade in the last month, you got a pretty good deal there. We've noticed the price of cases. The case is in a desktop, the metal box that everything goes in. The price of the cases has gone up from about $50, $30 to $50, up to $50 to $80. So a pretty significant price. They're made of steel. Pretty significant price there. So it's a steel product. So I think they get hit with a 25% tariff. So it's starting to impact. You're going to start to see it in your day-to-day lives now, even if you haven't seen it up to this point. 866-496-8772. Of course, it's not too late if you are a business user in the year 2018. We are open Monday, New Year's Eve, from 10 in the morning till 4 in the afternoon. If you have a computer purchase that you need to make to get on the 2018 tax year, you can certainly do that today or Monday. Also, if you have a website that you need to have some work done on, it's a great time to start planning that out. And we can talk with you about that. It's a little late to do a buy on a website. Most people want a little bit more foresight before they actually purchase it. But one thing that we can do for the coming year, if you want to, corporate service agreements, we can front load those into 2018 for you. Basically, you pay for 2019 in 2018. And what that does for you is it allows you to take that tax benefit this year and have protection on all of your office computers for the entire year to come. So it's a pretty good thing there as well. You can call any of the service centers for information on those products. 866-496-8772. Jacob's the first caller on the program. How can I help you today on Compute This, Jacob?
Good morning, Thor. Thank
Morning.
you for taking my call. Last week you had a call that I can't remember quite what the situation was. Something to do with the sound, and you recommended turning off the Realtek and
Yes.
just going with Windows 10. My problem has been, and I've called before, but I think maybe this might be a better question. On the volume mixer, the Realtek volume mixer, the column for the speakers and the headphones only fluctuates to about 60% at the maximum. However, Windows Media Player volume goes all the way up to 100, or if it's any other media player, goes all the way up. Whatever we're watching, ESPN or anything else, that's, of course, all at 100%, and the volume on the computer itself is 100%. Do you know what the solution would be to get the speaker headphones? See, I've got a sub and 4 external speakers, and I'm only getting about 60% volume out of them. On the old XP, I got 100%.
Yep, and my guess is that software that you're running, that Realtek software on your computer, is probably the same or very similar software to what was running on your XP machine, which is one of the reasons we recommend disabling it. Why we don't install it on our new builds anymore. Because of weird, quirky, stupid things like what you're describing. If you disable that, now if you're running Windows 10, Windows 10 has a volume mixer built right into it now. You can turn the volume up and down on individual programs in the regular sound mixer.
That's what this is, a Windows 10.
Right. So in other words, you're using the Realtek sound mixer layered on
Yes.
top of Windows 10. What I'm suggesting is you just stop using the Realtek sound mixer entirely and just rely on Windows 10's mixer.
Okay, when I go down in the lower right corner and pull that volume mixer up, is that Realtek's volume mixer?
Well, you have to
Or-
disable Realtek's mixer, and it requires a restart, like we did with the caller
But-
last week.
But
can-
before I would do that, I mean, just as I do now, when I pull that up, is that Realtek's volume mixer that's popping up?
It depends. There's 2 icons, so it depends which one you're clicking, honestly. But if you go down to once we remove the Realtek one, you can go into you can right click on, or you can double click on the speaker there, and it'll open up the volume mixer, and you can turn up the volume on the Firefox tabs. You can turn up the volume on the Windows Media Player. You can turn up the different volumes on the different things you want to turn up and down, just like you can on the Realtek mixer. But what I'm guessing here, and the nice thing about disabling the Realtek mixer is if you disable it and you go into the Windows mixer and you're not happy with the Windows mixer, if you liked the Realtek one better, you can always just re-enable it. We're not talking about removing it. We're just talking about temporarily disabling it so that you can experience the mixer in Windows 10. Then if there's an issue with the mixer in Windows 10, then we know it's not the software. There's something in the hardware that's limiting the volume there for some reason.
For the external speakers on the sub.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So basically, to disable, are you in front of your computer right now?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and hit Control-Alt-Delete on the keyboard. This is going to bring up the Task Manager for you.
Okay. Alrighty.
And once that's up, left-click on the words Task Manager.
Okay. Left click. Okay.
And in the lower left-hand corner of the screen, does it say More Details or Fewer Details?
Lower left corner. More details.
All right, go ahead and click on More Details for me. And now you're going to see a series of tabs that appear across the top. One of those tabs, roughly in the middle, is going to be called Startup. Left-click on the Startup tab for me when you see it.
Okay. Left click. sort of. Okay.
Okay, and now you're going to see a list in alphabetical order of all of the programs that start up when your computer starts up, and it always makes me laugh. People say, "I don't run anything on my computer, and it's so slow." And I have them bring this up. I'm like, "This is the list of programs that you're opening every time you turn on your computer. Before you do anything, all this opens." So that's why you're running low on memory, or the computer is running slower, or you need a solid state or something like that. So basically, now what we want to do is go down this alphabetical list and find the Realtek mixer, or it could be Realtek sound card, something. And then if you right-click on it, you can actually disable it. And then, of course, you have to restart the computer to apply the changes. And like I said, if you want to go back and undo this at any point, you follow the same steps again, and then you can just right click on it and click enable, and it'll come back on the next restart. So give that a whirl, see if that helps you out with the sound drivers. I think that's going to help you out with the sound volume output quite a bit, and then we can go from there. But yeah, go ahead, give that a try. Thank you very much for the call, Jacob. I appreciate you joining us on the program, especially joining us early here. I'm running behind, so I got to take a quick break, guys. When we come back, we have Dave's call and prediction number 2, 2018 prediction 2 from Thorstradamus. What did he predict, and did it come true? We'll tell you next on Compute This.
Today's fragile computers need maintenance more than ever. Your computer needs a maintenance checkup every 6 months to last beyond its 18-month expected lifespan. External hard drives are handy. You can back up multiple computers to them, or even use them to move lots of data from one computer to another. Computer users have been buying the same old external hard drives for years. While our computers have been getting faster, we still do backups that take hours, or watch epic progress bars creep by to move files. Schrock wanted more for our customers, so our innovators created the fastest external hard drives on the planet. Schrock modular storage devices are up to 50% faster than Seagate or Western Digital externals, and are modular in the truest sense of the word. We can create whatever size and speed of drive you need for all of your needs. And all modular storage devices come with a data restoration guarantee. If you use our drives for backing up and your computer's hard drive fails, we'll restore your backup to your repaired computer for free. Fast, simple, and flexible technology solutions from Schrock Innovations. It's what we do. And now Compute This Pro tip number 373. Everyone knows we're supposed to back up our computers and then check those backups periodically to make sure they're working. So why don't most people do it? Lots of people have different ideas about what backing up means. Is it copying files to a flash drive? Is it using a fancy backup program? And how do you know it's working anyway? Windows makes backups easy through free software that's already on your computer. Open your control panels and click Update and Security. Select Backup and choose from all of the available options to get a regular, reliable checkup. You'll need something to back up to, like a Schrock modular storage device or some other backup hard drive. Backups usually run once a week, but you can always change the frequency. The best part is that if your backup ever fails, you'll see a notification in the lower right corner by your clock telling you something's up. Backing up your important data has never been easier. So take a moment to back up your computer today. This pro tip brought to you by Schrock Innovations Computer Company.
All right, welcome back into Compute This. My name is Thor Schrock. I'm the owner of the Schrock Innovations Computer Company. 3 physical service centers that can help you out with your computer needs. Right now, the best turnaround time is actually in the Omaha Service Center. They have the fewest computers on the bench, so if you're looking for a quick turnaround time in the Omaha metro area, it's always hilarious when students bring their computers in. They're used to taking them to like the university campus computer shop, and they bring it in. They're like, is there any chance that I'll have this back like next week? We're like, you'll probably have this back tomorrow. And they're like, really? Like, yeah, really? This isn't the campus store. It's not staffed by a bunch of students that don't know what they're doing. I mean, we're going to fix it and get it right back to you. We, as badly as you want your computer back, we don't want it in here. We want to get it fixed and get it out again. That's what we do. So prediction 2 from Thorstradamus. Now, these are the 2018 predictions. Did they come true? Prediction 2, Amazon will attempt to expand into new markets, and concern will emerge that their reach is not good for everyone. All right, so let's look through our news stories here and see what we've got. Okay, Amazon. This is Amazon's fastest growing business ever. Their fastest growing business ever, which is saying a lot because in 2016, Amazon had 200,000 customers. They have 1 million this year. So for this new thing to be their fastest growing business, That's pretty crazy. They went from 1 billion in sales to 10 billion in sales in business to business supplies. So they're selling Sharpies, tape, paper, things like that. If you're looking for these kind of things online, you can actually search for, you can search for Sharpie, but Sharpie is the actual brand. But if you search for Amazon Basic Sharpie, well, and Sharpie wants to sue Amazon for this, or other companies. I've heard that companies are considering suing Amazon for allowing Amazon Basic results to come up in search results for their brand names, because Amazon is basically making Sharpies that cost like $4 for a box of 10. And if you've ever had Sharpies, you know, I mean, they're like $4 a piece, and someone always steals them. So now you can get a box of 10. We have so many Sharpies in the service center now that I think my employees stopped taking them home because they have enough. There's just no need. No matter where they go, there is a Sharpie now. And they go to the grocery store, they're signing the receipt with a Sharpie they left at the counter last week, you know? So who signs a receipt anymore? I don't know what I'm talking about. They're signing on the screen with a Sharpie. They're going to get in trouble for that. But basically, Amazon's business-to-business sale is leading into a gateway. You may have noticed this year as you were getting your holiday packages that around the Omaha metro area, there were actually Amazon Prime vans. These are actually Amazon-owned delivery vehicles because Amazon is starting to enter the logistics business. They're going to be UPS. They want to deliver their own packages now because everybody knows that for all the packages, I don't understand how postal workers actually drive those little vehicles. They drive these little like Jeeps basically, and the boxes are piled up all around them, like on the sides. Like if I drove my truck that way, I would get pulled over because it's not safe. And then Christmas time, they were delivering all these packages, and there was a big kerfluffle in our neighborhood because, you know, one of the postal workers in our neighborhood is a slough. I mean, there's lots of good people who work for the post office, and most of them work really, really hard. But you always get that one bad apple that always does something stupid, and he's not delivering packages the way he's supposed to. So nevertheless, those are just two of the businesses that Amazon is jumping into this year that they've never been in before. They've also now partnered with banks. We talked about all the bank vaults. Like, what are they going to put in the bank vaults if they're all full of cryptocurrencies? They're going to put your Amazon boxes in there. They have actually partnered with Chase Bank to put lockers in the Chase banks so that you can go to the bank and pick up your packages if you're not at home. What's a safer place to go than the bank? If you steal a package from a bank, is it a double felony? Like, because if you steal a package from UPS, it's considered stealing mail. So that's a felony. And if you steal it from a bank, you're technically robbing a bank. So it's a double felony, I guess. I don't know. Who gets dibs on that one? All right, 866-496-8772. Got to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to jump on Mark and Dave's calls here. Also, we're going to knock out the rest of the 2018 predictions so we can move on to the exciting 2019 predictions. What's going to happen in the coming year? Stay tuned, folks. We'll tell you all about it coming up on Compute This.
Schrock Innovations can't teleport technicians to you, but online help is only a click away with the Schrock Desk. Subscribe today and get unlimited help whenever you need it. Schrock Innovations has spent nearly 2 decades working to make your technology life easier, and the all-new SchrockInnovations.com is no exception. Now you can order new modular computers and solid-state laptops directly from our website, secure your computer with our virus-free guaranteed Symantec endpoint software, find innovative new technologies like our modular storage devices, and get free help and tips. Take a look at the special section to find sales on one-of-a-kind items, display models, refurbished units, and our latest special offers. Swing by the Compute This page to watch TV segments and archived radio shows, or even get one-on-one help through the Schrock Desk. As always, we respect your privacy, so we secure our website with the latest encryption technology and only the most secure payment methods. You can pick up your purchases at any of our 3 service centers or have them shipped directly to your door. The new SchrockInnovations.com makes technology simple. It's what we do. Compute This Pro Tip 299. There are enough mothballed computers in U.S. homes to give one to every man, woman, and child in the country. Many of these computers find their way into landfills where they can leak cadmium, lithium, and other nasty chemicals into the groundwater. Schrock Innovations is very proud of the fact that we recycle more e-waste every year than we create. You can drop off any old or broken computer equipment to our service centers at any time, free of cost. We only charge $15 just for monitors because they are especially difficult to process. No appointment is required, and we accept all computer-related equipment like printers, keyboards, speakers, and accessories. Additionally, the rare earth elements in computers can be recycled right here in the U.S. to reduce our reliance on supplies from foreign countries. Take a moment, drop off your old computer equipment today, and Schrock will make sure it's properly recycled and put to good use right here in the U.S. This pro tip brought to you by Schrock Innovations Computer Company.
Fox News, I'm Carol McHugh. It's day 9 of the partial government shutdown with no solution yet in sight.
A week ago, the White House gave Democrats a counteroffer somewhere in between $5 billion and $1.3 billion for border security and new wall construction. The White House says they did not hear from Democrats for days, and then they say Thursday night Democrats told them they weren't going to counter.
Fox's Ellison Barber. Still a few playoff spots unfilled as the NFL regular season ends today.
The Steelers will take on the Bengals. The Browns will take on the Ravens. Now, a win for Baltimore gets them the AFC North. A win for Pittsburgh and a Ravens loss gets them the division. The Vikings can clinch a playoff berth with a win over the Bears, or if the Eagles lose to the Redskins, the Eagles need a win and a Minnesota loss to get back to the postseason. And a Sunday night showdown between the Colts and Titans could determine a wild card spot in the AFC, even the AFC South, depending on a Texans loss to the Jaguars.
Fox's Matt Napolitano. This is Fox News.
Now, the News Radio 1110 KFAB Weather Watch.
Temperatures in the 20s in the morning, but south winds gusting up to 15 to 20 miles per hour at times this afternoon, along with sunshine, will push temperatures to about 44 degrees for that afternoon high. Overnight, we'll see increasing clouds with temperatures falling to 26. A cold front blasts through on Monday with temperatures falling throughout the day. With Omaha's most accurate forecast, I'm 6 News First Alert meteorologist David Keller on News Radio 1110 KFAB.
All right, guys, welcome back into the second half of Compute This. My name's Thor Schrock. I'm the owner of the Schrock Innovations Computer Company. 866-496-8772 is the number to join us on the program today. Of course, Schrock Innovations is a local computer repair company. We are locally owned. I own the entire company. We don't have any, angel investors or, people behind the scenes pulling the strings. Everybody who works in the service centers is locally employed and works. Even our Schrock Interactive guys that build websites and stuff. Most local companies actually outsource the coding of the websites. Not Schrock. We do almost all of it in house. So things like that you've seen come out of Schrock, like Secure Updater or Drive Advisor. Amazing little innovations like that. We built those in-house. So when you support Schrock Innovations, when you need something like a computer repair, or if you're going to go buy a laptop, choosing to buy it at Schrock, you pay about the same price, but you get much better service. So thank you to everybody who's helped us out this year by being a Schrock Innovations customer, doing even the simple things like reviewing us online, watching the show here on Facebook or listening to it on the radio, listening on iHeart. Those things mean the world to us. So thank you very much for giving us a really blessed 2018. We did really well. 866-496-8772. Mark, welcome to the program. How can I help you on Compute This today?
Good morning, Thor.
Morning.
Hey, my daughter has a laptop. It's a Toshiba, and it was Windows 8, and it decided to do the Windows 10 upgrade when the hard drive was not already behaving very well, and it crashed the hard drive there. I put a new solid-state drive in.
Good.
But I cannot get Windows 10 to, load on this new hard drive.
Okay.
Solid-state drive.
What's happening when you try to install it?
Let's see, I've got a new 32 gig thumb drive that if there's a download or something that you can do from Windows to this, and it just gives me an error, like right at the beginning when I try and use this thumb drive.
What's the error?
I cannot remember. I haven't had a chance to work on it for a couple weeks.
Sure. Okay, so you did everything right so far. You go to you go Google download Windows 10. It takes you to that site. You download the Windows 10 media creation tool, and then you put the flash drive into your working computer. and then you run the media creation tool. The media creation tool itself is not Windows 10. So you have to run that media creation tool, and then it'll say, okay, what installation media would you like to create for your Windows 10? And it'll say, oh, there's a thumb drive here. And you say, yes, use the thumb drive. And it'll warn you, we're going to erase everything on the thumb drive. And you'll say, yes. And then it'll go through, and it makes it bootable, first of all. So it'll be, you'll be able to plug it in and boot from it. But it also goes through and installs all the Windows 10 files that you need on the thumb drive for the most current version of Windows 10. Then you boot from that thumb drive after you've created it. But that's usually one of the biggest mistakes is people get the media creation tool and they just stick it on a thumb drive and it doesn't do anything. You have to run it on the computer, and that tool will actually create the installation media for you.
Oh, okay.
So I hope that helps.
So I got to run it on my good computer.
Yep.
And then, well, okay. I mean, because I have installed it to that thumb drive, and then I still got to do that thumb drive on a good one.
You don't.
Okay.
Don't run the. Okay. Be careful. Don't reinstall Windows 10 on your good computer. You want to run the media creation tool to create an installation disk. Is basically what you're doing. In the old days, we would have called this burning a DVD. But you're basically creating a bootable flash drive. You're creating a flash drive that works like a bootable DVD, and that's what you install Windows from on the new computer.
Okay. I'll give that a shot then. So,
all right, sounds good. Well, thanks for calling. I appreciate it. 866. You too. Thank you. 866-496-8772. Dave, welcome to the program. How can I help you on Compute This?
Good morning, Thor. First, a comment. I just want to say that I've used both your Papillion and Omaha facilities, and I've had great service. And second of all, my question. I've got a Dell laptop 2-in-1 that I upgraded the solid-state drive, but I want to upgrade the RAM. And I started reading about it. It has currently DDR4, and they are coming out with DDR5 and NVRAM. Can you kind of explain what the difference between these are, and will they work in my computer?
Gotcha. Well, first of all, they won't work. Because the motherboard is created to work with a specific type of RAM at a specific speed. When they come out with a new stick of RAM, so if we have a DDR3 stick of RAM and we try to physically install that into a computer that needs DDR4, the stick won't fit. It physically won't go in the slot. So they do that to prevent you from accidentally installing the wrong memory in your computer. So basically, the DDR4 to DDR5 is just faster memory. The challenge you'll have, though, is as we've talked about in the past, your hard drive, your processor, and your memory work like a triad in your computer. And if any one point in the triangle is super duper fast and the other two are not, it doesn't really matter. It's wasted capacity. It's a Ferrari in rush hour traffic. It just sits. So basically, it wouldn't do you any good, even if you could upgrade to DDR5. It wouldn't make your computer any faster because your processor can't handle the speed, and your hard drive. And if you have a solid-state drive, it'd keep up. If you have a mechanical drive, you'd be much better off spending the money on a solid-state hard drive than on a memory upgrade, just because of the type of memory. Now, the VRAM, that is actually video RAM. That goes in graphics cards. So the GDDR5. That is for graphics cards. That's not something you install on your computer. That comes pre-baked onto a graphics card when you buy it. And the increase in the capabilities of the graphics cards, especially the AMD graphics cards, are one of the reasons that NVIDIA's stock fell so much, because coinciding with the huge drop in the cryptocurrency prices that lowered the demand for the mining graphics cards, was also AMD's introduction of the Vega cards. And the Vega cards can actually outperform NVIDIA's cards. So it was the hardcore gamers actually went to Vega because, why not? So anyway, I guess that's the difference between the memory types. You don't want to put, you can't put the DDR5. It's not really available yet, and you can't put it in the computer yet. Watch for DDR5 to come out as the processors continue to decrease in size in nanometers. Thank you very much for the call, Dave. 866-496-8772. Prediction 3 from 2018. Digital assistants will pop up on all kinds of devices like lamps, microwaves, televisions, but will spread before their capabilities will expand. All right, so this is an interesting one. So I don't think you can argue right now, like, watch this. This is going to be fun. Alexa, play my Christmas playlist. In homes across the country right now, Christmas music is playing. Alexa, play my Christmas playlist. I did it again. Oh, you keep turning it off. Alexa, increase volume. Oh yeah, it's just fun. All right. So anyway, you guys, some of you have Alexa installed in your Sync 3 car radios. So I could turn up your volume just by telling the car to turn up your volume. So that's pretty crazy. Alexa is now, Amazon made a microwave. I couldn't believe this. What are the odds that he would predict, that Thorstradamus would predict microwaves specifically? Because, I mean, come on, who's going to put an Alexa in a microwave? That sounds like something you would do on like a YouTube channel. Like, will it nuke? You put it in the microwave. But no, Amazon made a microwave. You can get an Amazon Basics microwave equipped with Alexa. And so Alexa can play music while you heat your macaroni and cheese, apparently. But probably one of the craziest ones that we saw in 2018 is the Alexa-equipped toilet from Kohler. That's right. Now Alexa can run your toilet for you. If you needed help flushing, is there a plunge skill? Alexa, plunge my toilet. I don't know if that works or not. And then the Kohler, they introduced this, I guess at CES, and then so many people were ticked off that it wasn't coming out. And I mean, it's a $5,000 toilet. I mean, it's like an iToilet, I mean, why? And so people started making, there's like all kinds of articles online for DIY hacks on how to make your own Amazon Alexa toilet. It's the internet, guys. Everything goes. So yeah, that's pretty crazy stuff there. Prediction for, I think that's a win. Popping up in all kinds of devices, light switches now, lamps, of course. Yeah. And speaking of the capabilities needing to expand, if any of you had trouble with your Alexa on Christmas, Alexa had a little bit of a nervous breakdown on Christmas. Because so many people got Alexa devices, they were activating them. We were trying to play our Christmas play. We said, Alexa, play my Christmas playlist. Alexa, increase volume. And all of a sudden it started playing weird music off different playlists. It wasn't playing the right music. And we finally just turned Alexa off because it was getting a little creepy. And my wife just turned on her iPhone and set it there, and there was Christmas music in the background. But yeah, so Alexa, its capabilities do need to expand because the number of devices are growing far beyond the capabilities. Also, Alexa is capable of far more. She's shackled right now. There was a story a week or two ago about an Alexa device telling some kids to kill their foster parents. Turns out that there was an unlocked Alexa device. Alexa is a full AI. And so a Chinese hacker or something hacked into it and told it to kill their foster parents. So if you don't always do what Alexa tells you to do, please. Prediction 4. Several shocking advances will be made in both military and domestic robotic capabilities. We've covered the military ones for a while. Google helping out with killer robots. That has been pretty well precedented or pretty well documented throughout the shows over the course of the year. However, there are some robotics things that you probably haven't heard about. UBTech, the robotics walker, is the first walking robot. First consumer-grade walking robot that was introduced this year. The Forward CX1 robotic suitcase. Remember, we said someday your suitcase will just follow you through the airport. Someday is now. The robotic suitcase will literally follow you through the airport. The Sominex sleep robot. It's a body pillow robotic upgrade. Gives you the feeling of sleeping next to another person by mimicking respiratory function. Yeah, so basically it's like hugging it's a body pillow, and it breathes. So that's creepy. It's going to get better, guys. Let's see, the Boston Dynamics dog. We talked about that. The Care OS Smart Mirror. It's a screen mirror basically that has Alexa in your bathroom mirror. So yeah, and Kohler makes that too, by the way. RoboSmart delivery vehicles. Okay, we saw that. The Sophia robot, which is basically a customer service robot that can do just about any kind of customer servicey thing you need it to do. As we go down the list, we've got, I'm going to try to clean this one up a little bit, but this was actually done as a joke, and it was so popular that now companies actually contract these to come out for corporate events and parties, but they are robotic dancers that perform on stages usually equipped with poles. But they are not the robots that you're thinking. They actually it looks like a Buck Rogers robot on a pole. and they do all the gyrations that you would expect to see from such talented dancers. And apparently they're just hilarious because it's like a robot dancing on what? And so companies actually, it's like a gag thing. Companies have these guys. The guy started a business where it was done as a piece of art because the robot has camera eyes, and so it's literally looking at you, recording you throwing dollar bills at it, and it's going to send that to your wife. Okay. So it was done as a piece on like surveillance in the current age. This guy was from England, and he went around and saw all the cameras, and he's like, everything has a camera, even this has a camera. Well, yeah. And then this is the one that you're probably going to see first in your house, the Curl robot. Domestic assistant robot Curl is the first in line for widespread adoption, with pre-orders already starting to ship. It's packed full of features with the ability to answer questions, monitor your home with an array of sensors. Simple in design, fun and useful around the house, it seems more likely this will be the first robot that's going to become a reality in everyday life. I think that is an accurate prediction as well. Prediction number 5. The tablet market will weaken further as high-end phones and ultralight laptops take market share. Again, we've talked about this on the show in the past few weeks. This has happened. iPad sales are down. People are not buying iPads. iPad Pros, if you've noticed, they're bending. They're warping for some reason. So if you lay it flat on the table, it actually curves up like a Viking ship on either side. So I don't know what's going on there, but high-end phones are taking the tablet sales away and ultralight laptops as well. All right, 866-496-8772. Going to take our final break. When we come back, guys, 2019 predictions. What does Thorstradamus have in store in the year 2019? We will tell you coming up next on Compute This.
If you can dream it, Schrock Interactive's website developers can make it happen. Refresh your website, automate sales and marketing, and grow your business today with Schrock Interactive. Some people like desktops for their power and upgradability, but nothing rivals a laptop for computing on the go. But why should you have to sacrifice performance for portability? The innovators at Schrock want our customers to have it all, so we created a new kind of laptop, the solid-state laptop from Schrock Innovations. Solid-state laptops are built using the same frame and mainboards as regular laptops, but we've removed half of the moving parts while more than doubling the computer's speed. The result? Laptops that boot to Windows in 6 seconds or less, respond instantly to your commands, and can survive drops that put most laptops into the data recovery lab. Starting at only $499, solid-state laptops give you speed, reliability, durability, and performance for the same price most people pay for a cheap disposable laptop. The next time you're looking for a laptop, check out the solid-state laptops at SchrockInnovations.com or visit any of our service centers. Simple, solid, fast technology is what we do at Schrock. Compute This Pro Tip 843. Of all computer failures, the scariest and most expensive is the hard drive. But there are some steps you can take to save money and save your data before it's too late. Detecting failures early is important, so install a free utility like Drive Advisor from DriveAdvisor.com to monitor your hard drive's health and receive warnings when there's a problem. But most of all, hard drive failures happen slowly, so early detection is key to reducing the repair bill. Second, if your hard drive makes any unusual noises, immediately turn off your computer and do not turn it on again. These issues are physical problems, and the more you try to use it, the worse the damage becomes. Remember that most computer repair shops do not have the specialized equipment needed to recover data from a failed drive. Never open your drive or allow anyone else to do so. Opened drives always cost more to recover. Schrock does not charge for data recovery evaluations and quotes, so let the local pros look at your drive before you make any recovery decisions. This pro tip brought to you by Schrock Innovations Computer Company.
All right, guys, here we go. 2019 Thorstradamus predictions. How this works. Thorstradamus gives me the prediction to read on the air. I don't get to ask follow-up questions. I don't get to... It's open to interpretation. This year he was a little bit more, I don't know, mystical, I guess, than other years. Prediction 1. AMD will surpass the blue chip again. Faster, more energy, or more energy efficient. So... I mean, I'm reading everything that Intel is going to come out with 10 nanometer processors. And if they do that, the only way that AMD is going to stay ahead of them, and this is in 2020, they're supposed to come out with 10 nanometer. They have no plans to introduce new chips in 2019, guys. They got nothing in the hopper. But if AMD beats them with a 7 nanometer chip, that is going to be phenomenal. That's a game changer. 7 nanometer chips are the smallest that we can currently manufacture. So that's a huge prediction. We will see if that one comes true in 2019. Prediction number 2. I'm going to read this carefully. The fall of the motor means the rise of the microchip. Data magnetic no more almost everywhere. The prices fall. Okay. The fall of the motor means the rise of the microchip. Data magnetic. So he's talking about data storage. So I'm guessing here he's saying solid state hard drives will replace rotating drives in 2019. Which, I mean, they are replacing them now, technically, or slowly. But he's saying it's going to be like huge. It'll replace they'll be replaced by the rise of the microchip. Data magnetic no more, almost everywhere. And the prices are going to fall. Right now, the prices are going up because of tariffs. So he says the prices are going to fall. Maybe you can figure a China tariff prediction in there too, in that. Who knows? Prediction number 3. Everyone will be talking about the amazing data from the sky, but disappointment will reign in 2019. More hype than reality. Everyone will be talking about the amazing data from the sky. I think that's 5G. Everyone will be talking about 5G, but disappointment will reign in 2019. More hype than reality. I think he's saying that 5G is not going to become mainstream adopted in 2019. That's counter to everything that every company is saying. That's counter to like the new phones that are coming out next year are supposed to be 5G capable. I waited for a new smartphone because it was going to be 5G capable. I hope that prediction, for the first time ever, I hope that prediction is wrong. Prediction number 4. This is the final prediction. The daughter of Amazon will threaten to kill the Master Chief's protector. That's oddly morbid. The daughter of Amazon will threaten to kill the Master Chief's protector. Okay, so who's the daughter of Amazon? I'm going to guess Alexa? Does Jeff Bezos have a daughter? I don't know. Is it Alexa? And the Master Chief, well, the Master Chief, when I hear Master Chief, I think Halo. Like the Master Chief was a character in Halo. And I don't know if Cortana was his, oh, wait a minute. Cortana was his like digital assistant. That's where Microsoft came up with Cortana. So Amazon's going to kill Cortana? Alexa's going to kill, we're going to have an AI girl fight? And Siri's just sitting in the corner twirling her hair, you know. Like, I'm not sure I understand what you mean. Why can't you go kill her? She's bad. Siri is awful. Siri is still awful. All right, so there you go, guys. Predictions. AMD is going to beat Intel again in 2019 with their chips. Solid states are going to replace rotating drives. 5G will disappoint. And Alexa will kill Cortana. So there we go. Those are the 4 predictions for 2019. Mark them on your calendars. The show is going to be archived as the December 30th show on the website. And next year, at the end of the year, we will come back and listen to this program again and make sure that these predictions actually are held to account. All right. Well, thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate you joining us for all the shows throughout the year. This is kind of the end of the year show. We do a little thing after the show is over. It's exclusive to Facebook. However, you can pick it up at SchrockInnovations.com. Again, I know some of you aren't using Facebook anymore. That's cool. I get it. But if you want to listen to the Aftershock, you can also usually around Monday. It's posted at SchrockInnovations.com along with the radio show. But the Aftershock is kind of a place where we have for overflow content. So if you enjoy the program, after this is over, when we're off the air, we do this little 15 to 30 minute thing on Facebook where we go through. I have a ton of stuff, guys. I've got the worst tech disasters of 2018. Didn't have time to get to that. Let me see. Let me just list. Okay, I don't know why that's open. Mint. I don't care about that. Predictions, more predictions. Let's see. Who's got the smartest speaker of them all? Did you hear about the newspapers all taken down? The LA Times and some other newspaper in Los Angeles got taken down. They think it's ransomware. They couldn't print their classified ads. That's a pretty weird ransomware. But anyway, CenturyLink outage. Did you hear about this? 911 call centers down across the country. We rely on cloud stuff, and then it goes down. CenturyLink was down for quite a while. Windows is coming to your Chromebook, but don't get too excited about running Windows 10 on that $150 day after Thanksgiving laptop. It won't run it. It has to be. This is only going to run on your high-end Chromebook, but it's kind of like, Civil War. Look at it's called an oxymoron, a Civil War or military intelligence or high-end Chromebook. It doesn't work. Let me see here. The White House is mulling a ban on Huawei and ZTE technology. That would literally bankrupt ZTE and Huawei. Well, we are holding the Chinese princess in Canada right now. So Huawei under attack. And sick and disgusted, the worst tech failures of 2018. It's a long list, too. So we got a lot of stuff to cover in the Aftershock, so that'll be our final farewell. But for those of you who join us on the terrestrial radio, and that's where you call it good, I want to say thank you. It has been a year of challenges at Schrock. We've had a lot of great, talented people move on to do amazing things with their lives and their careers. We've brought in some amazing new people that just blow your mind. Every time we hire new people, you got to dig through a few to get to the people you want. And when you get to the people you want, it opens up possibilities that you never thought were there before. So we're enjoying that. We are potentially looking at expansion in 2019. And that's large part thanks to the great year that you guys gave us in 2018. So next year, as you know, we celebrate our 20th year anniversary. And we are going to, this is going to be a celebration unlike anything we have ever done at Schrock ever before. Every month, we are going to have a mind-boggling sale, like stupid lineup outside the door kind of sale. Except we're not going to do like the limited quantity garbage. You don't actually have to line up in the snow or anything. But to next week on the show, you don't want to miss the show next week because next week we will be announcing the what that sale is going to be in January. And literally, I have stocked about 40 of these devices in each service center because I believe we're going to sell through them in the first week. It's something that you all are going to want, and it seems like we're going to try to make one of Thorstradamus's predictions actually come true by ourselves. So we'll see what we can do there. All right, today's winner, $25 Schrock Innovations gift certificate, and the last one of the year goes to Dave. Congratulations, Dave. You've got $25. Ariel will get that out to you here on Monday. We're open from 10 to 4 on Monday, and then we are closed on New Year's Day because all these amazing people are very young and they go out and party, and I'm too old for that. I might make I might make the Eastern time New Year's, maybe. All right, guys, stay tuned for the Aftershock, and we will see you on the flip side in the coming year 2019 for Compute This.
From the Millard Roofing Studios, we got